Art History. Hi everyone. Today I storytell about the ancient Egyptian art, the ancient Greek art, and the ancient Roman art. First of all, what is ancient Egyptian art? Ancient Egyptian art refers to art produced in ancient Egypt between the 6th century BC and the 4th century AD, spanning from prehistoric Egypt until the Christianization of Roman Egypt. It includes paintings, sculptures, drawings on papyrus, fence, jewelry, ivories, architecture, and other art media. There are two modes of presentation in dimensional art. First is the three-dimensional art, and the second is the two-dimensional art. Three-dimensional art is aimed to produce the real-world statuary of gods, royalty, and the elites. Life-size statuary was designed to convey an idealized version of that individual. The stone statuary was quite closed, with arms held close to the side, limited position, a strong back pillar that provides support, and with the filled spaces left between limbs. The wood and metal statuary, in contrast, was more expressive. Arms could be extended and hold separate objects. And let's proceed for the two-dimensional art. Register. Since we're ordered in parallel lines, known as register, this register separates scenes as well as provide ground lines for the figures. And the next is the palette of Narmer, also known as the Great Hakon Pulasan Palette or the Palette of King Narmer, one of the most famous work of Egyptian art, the left, the back, and the right, and the front. And the next is hieroglyphs on the Temple of Kum Ombo. It's an usually double temple in the town of Kum Ombo in Aswan Governorate, Upper Egypt. It was constructed during the Ptolemaic dynasty in 180 to 47 BC. And the next is the Shabtidal. Shabtidals were important funerary objects which were buried with the deceased. These were made of fence, stone, or wood, but in the first immediate period are mostly of wood and mass-produced to be sold cheap. And the last is the New Kingdom art, 1550 BC to 1055 BC. The pharaohs of the New Kingdom used their wealth to build massive temples to the gods, and the building of the famous tombs of Valley of Kings, and the art became more realistic and less idealistic, and the Egyptian power declined. Here's the New Kingdom art. Sphinx and the Great Pyramid of Khufu, the Temple of Queen Hatshepsut, the Temple of Luxor, and the Stela. And let's proceed to the next, the ancient Greek art. First of all, what is the ancient Greek art? The ancient Greek art were united by a shared language, religion, and culture. Strengthening these bonds further were the so-called Pan-Hellenic sanctuaries and festivals that embraced all Greeks and encouraged interaction, competition, and exchange. The example of ancient Greek art is the Dark Ages c. 1100 c. to 800 BC, to the Orientalization period to c. 700 to 600 BC. Center 900 BC is a terracotta 14 inches high. The head was found in Tomb 1 and the body was found in Tomb 3 in the cemetery of Taumba. Next is the head of Medusa. The face of Medusa, a monster from Greek mythology, had the power to petrify anyone who beheld it. Genoa expressed the horror of Medusa's appearance and her death chose in this dissipated head. And the next is the Hellenistic period and beyond 323 BC to 31 BC. Following the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BC, one of the most successful conquerors in the history, his empire stretched from Greece and Egypt to the Indus Valley and Afghanistan. The example of that is the Pergamon altar. The Pergamon altar is a monumental construction built during the reign of the ancient Greek king Eumenes II in the first half of the 2nd century BC on 1. And the next is the Stoa of Attalos in the Athenias Agora. Stoa is a Greek architectural term that describes a covered walkway or a colonnade that usually designed for public. And the next is theater. The Greek theater was a large open-air structure used for dramatic performance. And the next is Bolytron. Was an important civic building in a great city as it was the meeting place of the whole citizen council of the city. And the next is the black figured water jar. Black figure water jar is a hydra with a mythical and real since British Museum Etruscan about 510 to 500 BC. And the next is the architectural orders. An architectural orders describe a style of building in classical architecture. Each order is reality identically by means of its proportion and profiles, as well as by various aesthetic details. The classical orders described by the labels Doric, Ionic, and Corinthians. The differences of Doric, Ionic, and Corinthians is the Ionic column are more slender at each than Doric column and have large and bases others. They are simple yet decorative. The Corinthians type only column are similar to the Ionic column, temples in shape. However, the Corinthians column are yet somewhat elaborately decorated. And the last topic is the ancient Roman art. First of all, what is ancient Roman art? The art of ancient Rome, its republic and later empire, includes architecture, painting, sculpture, and mosaic work, luxury objects in metalwork, gem, engraving, ivory, carvings, and glass or something considered to be minor forms of Roman art, although they are not considered as such at time. The Barroco and the Rococo. The term of Barroco is derived from the Portuguese term the Barroco, which is translated as irregularly shaped pearl. This is a suitable description that Rome was the birthplace of the Barroco period. Next is the Raft of Medusa. The Raft of Medusa, originally titled Scene de Northrege, is an oil painting of 1888 to 19 by the French Romantic painter and lithographic Theodore Géricault. Complete when the artist was 27, the work has become an icon of French Romanticism. And the last is Futurism. Futurism, Italian Futurismo, was an artistic and social movement that originated in Italy in the early 20th century, which later also developed in Russia. It emphasized dynamism, speed, technology, youth, violence, and objects such as the car, the airplane, and the industrial city.